Hi, I'm Tim Scarborough, and this is 3 minutes of encouragement from the Word of God. What has God called you to do? You know, every single one of us have been given various gifts and talents and abilities by God. But it's not just that. It really is, what is it that God is stirring up within our hearts to do? I know for me, God has called me to be a pastor. And let me tell you, there have been some rough times in my life. There have been some failures in my own life, and some other things that have happened that made me think that, well, I was called to be a pastor, but I'm no longer called to be a pastor. Well, let's take a look at what it says here in Romans in chapter 12 and verse 29. It says, "For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable." In other words, once he has placed a calling on your life to do whatever it is he's called you to do, he has never taken that calling back. He's never taken it away. Now, you might go through a season, or there may have been some stuff you did that may have disqualified you for a season, but the calling is still there. And so God, he wants to restore you. He wants to renew you. He is a God of mercy and grace, and he's all about bringing forgiveness and getting our eyes set right back on the path that he has lit for us. What has God called you to do? Are you doing that? Are you heading toward that? Are you thinking that maybe because certain things happened that that calling is gone now? Oh man, in my own life, I literally one night prayed and asked God. I prayed for a couple hours and basically just asked him the same thing over and over again. God, take the calling away from me. Take this call of being a pastor. Just take that away from me. And oh man, I thought for sure that God answered that prayer. But you know what? God will never answer a prayer which is in violation of his word. And his word says the gifts and the calling are irrevocable. So even though I thought that I was able to dismiss the calling of God in my life, God never thought that, because that calling was still there. And let me tell you, it wasn't until I placed my trust and faith in God and said, Lord, no matter what has happened, I'm going to get back up. I'm going to follow you. And now as I serve in the capacity of a pastor, oh man, there is great joy and peace in my heart. What has he called you to do? Go do it.